Today we're going to think about this great Christmas song, many people's favorite, Silent Night. So it begins, Silent Night, Holy Night, all is calm, all is bright. Very interesting to sing that because, of course, at this moment, I don't think many people would describe the world as being calm or bright. It is a very disrupted time, right? I mean, we've got a bit of chaos on the national scene, and then, of course, as we broaden that and we think about Ukraine and China and North Korea and Iran, and I mean, we could go on a long time. There's not a lot of reasons to think that this is this quiet night. The fact of the matter is, in that sense, it's a whole lot like the night that Christ was born. I mean, there are many reasons that it was not particularly calm. For starters, the Jews were always agitating against their Roman occupiers. They were, the Roman Empire, of course, is this massive empire, but among the most disruptive corners of the Roman Empire would be Judea, because the Jews were repeatedly trying to push off their Roman oppressor. So you've got all of that. On top of that, it's disruptive because Mary and Joseph are poor, and they have had to travel to Bethlehem, which is this small little town at the time. Not so small today, but it's small back then, and doesn't have accommodations, and she's pregnant, she gives birth, and they're newlyweds, and their relationship is still a little bit odd. Joseph is confused. The one thing he knows for sure is that the child isn't his, and Mary is this teenage girl away from home who's just given birth in the back of a poor home, and so that's disruptive. You add on top of that the fact that very quickly they're going to be told, Joseph is going to have this dream, and he's going to realize that he's got to flee to Egypt, that he's got to protect this child because Herod the Great is threatened by this idea that there's a new king of the Jews. And so he is going to order the slaughter of the innocents. And so you've got all the chaos that accompanies that. And then and then you just have got the fact that the world back then was a difficult place to live. And so it is not a particularly peaceful night like we might want to think about it. And yet that is, in fact, what the writer of this hymn suggests, that we imagine that there is a sense when Jesus shows up that heaven is entering earth, that Jesus, because of his love for us, sets aside the glory and honor that has been rightfully his from before time began in order to enter time and space in this very humble, very challenging time in order to live among us, to love, to teach, to be an example, but also ultimately to die in our place. And so you can imagine, as you think about that, maybe today what you ought to do is take a few extra moments to be silent and to just imagine what this whole setting is that the writer of Silent Night tries to capture. Have a good day.